I've known since I was 7 that I was a musician and that I would do music. It was something I've always known. I've never really had any doubts about that. Then when I went away to college, my family didn't have much money, so I was pretty much putting myself through school. And so I found the University of Maryland because I liked the choir director who had directed my all-state choir that I was part of. I started teaching when I was still in, a junior, senior in college. And I think because it was all brand new, I was just say, yes to everything. I put so much into my job and my teaching that I just kept ignoring me. People just kept wanting me to teach them. I had waiting lists and I wasn't advertising, and I just kept thinking like, okay, well, the world wants me to do this, so I guess I'll keep going. And then it just reached a point where I went, okay, enough's enough. I made one phone call and sold my house. I made another phone call and I sold my business. And I kind of just went, okay, I'm going with the flow. Got into a VW bus, 1977 VW bus, and traveled across Canada and got my business started out here again, and kind of tried to do it differently so that I wouldn't feel, get to that point of being burned out again. I've been teaching music lessons, piano and singing and other assorted music side things like music theory and stuff like that since I was about 22. Eventually I had my own studio with about 6 teachers that worked for me, and I really wasn't happy doing that. I really just decided to stop that business and just continue on my own privately. And I've done that ever since.
She's kind of eccentric, but she's really sweet, and I know she has a lot of energy, but she brings it down a notch, so she's very approachable. She speaks very well. She seems to really love children and love people. She's very talented. I mean, she could play just about anything. If you ask her to play something, she can play by ear, she can play music.
I think Miss Linda is super nice. She's really exciting and fun, and she's really good at playing piano. My most memorable moment with Miss Linda was when I first started playing piano, and I learned my first song, which was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I thought it would be like impossible at first, but she made it really easy, like explaining everything and like giving examples and like practicing and stuff a lot. So I know that Miss Linda does a lot of charity, and I can really tell that she does charity because it reflects off, because she's like really nice and like fun and everything.
One of the things that I realized over the years of teaching, because I've been teaching now for a really long time, and I just really try not to have it get too standardized. It's one of my main things over the years is, how do I, as a teacher who does this, student after student, I see 10 to 12 students a day in a private one-on-one session. As soon as I feel like I'm getting bored, I'm doing the same routine, it's feeling routine, how do I spice it up? And along with that is knowing the reason why I'm doing it. Traveling across Canada, the VW bus I was in caught an engine fire. I didn't know about Burning Man, never heard of it before. And when I got to them, they were like, oh yeah, we're going to Burning Man this year. I'm like, what the heck's Burning Man? They're like, oh man, it's really hard to describe. You kind of just got to go and experience it. And I was like, I'm down, I'm going. How do I get a ticket? When I first got to Burning Man, within my first, 2 days there, it was like, wow, I feel like I'm at home. There was just this feeling of, I found my people, it was just a total sense of relaxation and not having to try hard to do anything or to be a certain way or to be something for somebody else. That was my kind of initial feeling about Burning Man, was just this feeling of, wow, this is amazing. I love this. People are friendly, I didn't feel like there was anything threatening. You could wear what you want or not wear what you want, you know, and people were respectful but still friendly, and it was so it's very very liberating, I think, to be able to be in a society of people who were kind of like-minded like that, and weren't judgmental. So I guess that's the bottom line. I felt lack of judgment there, which was very liberating. So I've been going for about 13 years. So this was actually my burn mitzvah this year. I've been there so many times and in so many different styles. You know, I was part of VW bus camp for a number of years, and a lot of my time there was spent playing the piano. And then I kind of realized that I was doing at Burning Man what I do back here in what we call our default lives. And I wanted to change it up a bit. I also volunteer with Playa Info. And with Playa Info, I mostly do heavy setup in the week before the actual event week. And I also do the breakdown in the week after the event. I worked really, really hard this year. I put in, just in the event week, I put in 40 plus hours of work. And that was just with the Rangers. The week before that, I put in 35 to 36 hours of work with the other group. So that whole beginning part is infrastructure. And then the event week is actually just kind of the enjoyment, and then all those people go away, all the partiers go away, and then you're left again with everybody who breaks it down, tears it down. So I would find myself constantly, every year, you know, somebody would wind up in my camp. There would be like this random person, you know, just sitting down, you know, in the chair. Hey, how you doing? Not so good, you know? And I'd end up sitting with them and just going, oh, hey, let's get you some water, let's get you some electrolytes. And because of that, I decided to actually go and do some green dot training. And green dots are rangers that help people out that are having emotional or psychotic, psychological or psychedelic experiences. It's mostly spurred on by all of the experiences I've had year after year with different people. As Burning Man, there's no money exchange. When I go out there, I'm totally free of monetary values and having to think about, well, I need to earn this amount to use that money to get me, you know, food or shelter or something else, something that I want. And there is none of that at Burning Man. And that's probably the reason why I go every year. I love having that freedom. 22 days of no money. You basically put your wallet away, your money's no good. It just doesn't work.
Come and gather.